to my channel, and I am so excited to film today's video because I have not filmed this kind of video in months. I mean literally months. I am finally able to film a wrap-up video because I've read enough books to do a wrap-up in 1 month. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I have read 5 books for the month of June. 5. I actually thought it was 4, but it was actually 5. You know? So I am just super excited about that, and therefore, like, I am reading 2 books at one time for the month of July. Today is Sunday, July 6th. So I'm going to try my best to hopefully get this video up today, this evening. If not, then definitely by tomorrow. But this is a long introduction. So this video is actually going to be a wrap-up slash a quick book haul. I feel like I may, hold on, extra book up there that I need to do. I have actually quite a few books that I need to add to the shelf that you guys have not seen yet. So I'm excited to let you guys know or see those books. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the first book. The first book that I have read for the month of June, or one of the books I've read, was A Certified Love by Coffee Wise, or Kathy. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing her name. I'm going to put the copy of the book right here. I'm pretty sure I don't have that physical copy, and I'm not sure if I ordered it. And if I didn't, I probably will go ahead and order it. But this book was pretty much about, no, I think you guys, I did I do a reading vlog on this? Let me see. Yes, I believe I did a reading vlog on this in like one of the previous videos. So I'm just going to tell you guys my rating. So for this book, I ended up rating it 3.5 stars. I stated this story was written really good, and the author developed the story well, but the traits and characteristics of the characters really got on my nerves a lot of the times, which unfortunately affected the rating. I see where the author was going with the book, and it had a lot of potential to be 5 stars, but there were quite a few things in the book I wish went in a different direction. However, I will continue to read more by this author. Yes, so we definitely did a reading vlog on this. I definitely remember the characters getting on my nerves. Every single last one of them. Excuse me. Sorry. The main characters, the side characters, all of them were just really annoying to me. And it's really hard for me to get past that. When I'm reading something, if they are just unbearably annoying, like I've been mentioning, it's just really hard for me to get past it and rate it a higher rating. Again, I saw where the direction of the book was going, but it just didn't quite hit the nail on the head for me. Okay, so that was one of the books we read in June. The next book that we read in the month of June, y'all, we finally finished this book. I want to tell you guys how long it took me to read this book. I started this book when it first came out. That was on January 30th. I did not finish this book until June 21st. June 21st. Reason being is because it's not because the book was bad. As you'll see when I tell you my rating, it wasn't bad. But I was still in like a pregnancy book slump. And there was no way that I could enjoy the book because I was just fighting for my life, okay? And then after that, I was going through postpartum and adjusting to my schedule, being a new mom of 3. And it was just really hard for me to pick up a book that is so complex that you really have to pay attention to. Because if you miss even a sentence, you're going to be completely lost. So I took a break on this book for a very long time, as you all can see. How long did it take me? If I start this January, literally about 4 months for me to finish this book. But I'm so glad that I put it down when I did and I picked it up so I could fully enjoy the book. So with that being said, I ended up rating this 4.5 stars. I stated my review on Goodreads. It's always linked in my bio if you guys want to follow me on there. But I said, I'm just so unwell and undone. Why must my girl Violet go through so much? But there are so many questions I have. I ran to TikTok, and once I realized meanings and theories for a lot of the things that happened in this book, it made my heart drop even more. I can't wait to see what the next book would be about. And that's all that I wrote. Very short and sweet. Again, like I said, this is a fantasy, and fantasies are more complex reads for me than it is by just picking up a thriller, just picking up a romance book. So I'm really, really glad again that I took a hiatus on this book and I came back to it because I was able to appreciate it more. So yeah, I ended up rating Onyx Storm 4 stars. The next book that we have here that I've read, let me pick this one up. My good old girl, Brittany Cherry. She never fails me. She never fails to amaze me. I have quite a few books on my shelf of hers that I still have to get to, but I'm so glad I went ahead and read this one because I literally rated this 5 stars. Yes, 5 stars. This book was simply phenomenal. I'm going to tell you guys what I rated this, or my review on Goodreads. I said, Brittany, best book I've ever read of yours. Like, why did you do this to me? This book was so good. I was hooked from the very beginning, and the storyline captured me immediately. Gabriel is such a sweetheart. He has such a pure heart and really was such a great main male character in the story. Kiara is heaven sent. She is so selfless, such a great woman and mother. Her heart has always been in the right place, and her intentions are so pure. Brittany wrote an amazing plot, and it really just flowed so effortlessly. Definitely 5 stars. Hi, babe. So mommy is recording, so you have to be very, very quiet, okay? Can you go in your room or go downstairs with daddy until I'm done, and then you come with mommy? Yeah. Okay. Mwah. Love you. I'll see you in a minute, okay? Okay. Bye-bye. As you guys know, it wouldn't be a regular video for me if I did not have one of my 3 children interrupt me, but that's okay. So yes, you guys, this is easily one of my favorite books of the year so far. I haven't read that many, but I feel as though this is going to be one of my top favorite books like of the entire year. But yeah, really, 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 really good. I did a reading vlog on this as well and absolutely devoured it. The next book that we are going to talk about is this book right here. Oh my God. 5 stars. 5 stars, which I am very pleasantly surprised because with this type of like setting that the book took place in, that's not, I typically like books more so in like real time. When you start to go back in time, for me, it's not usually like my favorite scene, but if it's done beautifully well, then I can really like enjoy it. And this was so good. ChatGPT was actually the one that recommended this book for me, and I owe ChatGPT some type of debt because I love this book so very much. Just so you know, this book is also on Kindle Unlimited, so you could definitely read this on your Kindle as well. But I'm gonna tell you guys what my review was. I said, oh my goodness, I love this book. Grace and Matt, my gosh, what a beautiful, nostalgic, intense love story between the two. I promise I could picture the entire book as I was reading it. When the author took us back in time and then brought us back to present day, girl, well done. This deserves to be a movie if it's not already. If it's not one already. It's so, so good. And I loved every single character. The nostalgia, the missed chances, the slow burn, the passion. It was all 5 stars. And I was actually still thinking about these characters a couple days after I was even done reading this book. Y'all, I completely enjoyed myself. And this is one of the books that I wish that I could reread again for the first time because I just simply loved it so much. This has such great ratings on Goodreads, and as it deserves because it was amazing. This author, Renee Carlino, this was the first book I ever read of this author, and just because of this book alone, I definitely want to read more of her catalog in the future. And then the last book that we read was this sweet novella, Powerful. This was the book that came out right after Powerless came out, and because I'm started Fearless that I'm reading for the month of July, I really, really wanted to knock out Adina's story because my girl, I just feel so bad because if you read Powerless, you already know her fate. So just going back and reading Powerful and just reading this sweet novella just about her and her personality and her life, it just made me fall in love with her even more, and it just made her death just even more devastating. So This is the review that I put on Goodreads. I said, this book was so short and sweet. It was written very nicely for it to be a novella. I love to hear more about Sweet Adina and her life with Makota. It just made her fate even more heartbreaking, just knowing how much of a gem she was. So it was a very, very, very sad, but I just love that Lauren Roberts honored her character and just really brought her more to life with this story, because I loved it. So that was all the books that I've read for the month of June. As you can see, y'all, I had a great reading month. So I'm hoping to continue that with July. I'm currently in the middle of reading two books for the month of July. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this book haul. So I had one book that's been sitting on my shelf in this Amazon package for whenever I was going to do this book haul. And it's called Hurricane Summer by Asha Ashanti Bromfield. And I'm going to go ahead and read the synopsis of this book because I don't even remember what it was about, but I think I saw this recommendation by somebody. I can't quite remember. But it says Tila has spent her entire life trying to make her father love her. But every 6 months, he leaves their family and returns to his true home, the island of Jamaica. When Tila's mother tells her she'll be spending the summer on the island, Tila dreads the idea of seeing him again, but longs to discover what life in Jamaica has always held for him. In an unexpected turn of events, Tila is forced to face the storm that unravels in her own life as she learns about the dark secrets that lies beyond the veil of paradise, all in the midst of an impending hurricane. Hurricane Summer is a powerful coming-of-age story that deals with colorism, classism, young love, the father-daughter dynamic, and what it means to discover your own voice in the center of complete destruction. Oh my God, and this author, is this her? She is beautiful. Look at her. Oh my God, she's gorgeous. A little bit about the author. She's an actress, singer, producer, and writer of Afro-Jamaican descent. She is known for starring in CW's Riverdale and Netflix Lock and Key. Her name means life, and she is a lover of it. She currently splits her time between LA and Toronto, where she enjoys nature, family, and rocking her dog, Luca. She's the author of Hurricane Summer and Songs of Irie. Aww. She's gorgeous. So this will be the first book that I ever read of her. So hopefully we can get to this book before, actually the summer ends. Hurricane Summer, we're summertime. So this will probably be one of the books that I might even read this month or even next month. The next books that we have, as you see, we have a bag of them. Y'all know I have a lot of siblings. And my baby sister was in the airport because I'm the only sibling that reads. I'm trying to get my other sister to read. She's been like dabbling in it a little bit. But she was in the airport and she decided that she wanted to get me some books. She called me in a bookstore like, girl, I'm getting you some books, what you want. Okay? So she definitely got some books that I only picked one of them, and then that one book is a series, so she grabbed the additional. But the other books is completely what she picked, so I don't even have a clue what it is. So I can't even remember. So let's go ahead and look at them together. All right, so the first book that we have here, does it tell me where this is from? What bookstore is this? It's definitely in the airport. Hudson's Group. Maybe that's what it is. But anyways, all right. It says the first one, oh no, because I think this is part of the series. Hold on. Let's do the one that's not a part of the series. All right. Oh, let me adjust my leg. It went to sleep. All right, so the first book we have here that she solely picked on her own is called Born to Die by Lisa Jackson. Let's go ahead and read what it's about. It says, one woman finds herself at the heart of a killer's terrifying mission in this gripping novel of secrets and suspense from #1 New York Times best-selling author Lisa Jackson, featuring Montana detective Selena Alvarez and Regan Pascali. The resemblance between Dr. Casey Lambert and B-movie actress Shelley Bonaventure is a standing joke in the town of Grizzly Falls, Montana. So much so that Casey is momentarily shocked to read about the fading starlet's death. Still, it is not as if there was any real connection between them. And when a fatally injured jogger who bears a striking similarity to Casey is rushed into the ER days later, she rules it another sad, strange accident. But Detective Selena Alvarez suspects otherwise. An autopsy confirms that the jogger had traces of poison in her blood at the time of her death. Selena and her partner, Regan Pascali, can find no motive for the murder. Yet Casey has started to notice ties between the dead woman's lives and her own, all close in age, born within miles of each other, and all with links to Trace O'Halloran, the man she just begun dating. Oh, that sounds good. Now, Casey must question her judgment, her safety, and everything she's ever believed about her past. The deeper Casey digs, the more reason she has to fear. The body count is rising, the killer is getting bolder and more brutal, and Casey knows it's only a matter of time before hers is the next name on the list of those who are born to die. I'm really, really glad that my sister picked this one up because it definitely doesn't sound like anything that I necessarily would have picked up on my own, but it definitely sounds really good. The text is kind of small. It's 442 pages, so I think it'll be good. Oh, y'all, my leg went to sleep. It is uncomfortable. Okay, on the count of 3, y'all, we're going to pull this leg up. These ham hocks. Oh, my God, it's tingling. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, y'all. Don't y'all hate that feeling when your leg or foot go to sleep? Oh, I hate it. Okay, so the next set of books is actually a series, and I honestly can't even tell you. Oh, this book is so thick. Jesus. Oh, okay. Does it tell me in which order it is? And I'm assuming it's like this. So if anybody read this series, I think this is a fantasy. It is a fantasy. The Guild series, I'm pretty sure this is the first one. So you have Guild, Glint, Gleam, and I think there's maybe 1 or 2 other books in this series. And we're just going to go over what the first book is about because I don't want to spoil the fate of this book by reading the synopsis of the other books. Okay? So this one says, maybe it's on the inside. Okay, maybe. All right, let's read the back. I'm going to read that first page that I saw, and then we'll kind of get the gist from there. So it says gold, gold floors, gold walls, gold furniture, gold clothes, and King Midas' castle built at the top of the frozen mountains. Everything is made of gold, even me. The myth of King Midas reimagined shows the dark side of greed through the eyes of the woman he gold touched. The compelling adult fantasy series is as addictive as it is unexpected. With romance, intrigue, and danger, the gilded world of Araya will grip you from the very first page. And then on this very first page from Bloom Books, it says, Dear reader, this book all started because of 2 things. The poem in the back of the book that I had written years before, and King Midas. King Midas's mythology story was always one of my favorites. There was something about the visual part of it, the underlying greed, and the uncontrollable gold touch that fascinated me. But I knew if I was going to tell this story that I wanted to take the myth and turn it on its head for my own unique twist. I knew I was going to take a story about a man and instead tell it through the eyes of a woman. Orin came to life and the gold world of Six Kingdom was born. Book 1 is just the tip of the gilded iceberg. So remember, things are not always what they seem. Secrets are not always meant to stay hidden. And one woman's journey to finding her own strength, healing, and love will be rocky, but the path is worth traveling. Thank you so much for taking a chance on this story, and I hope you enjoy. So I'm just kind of taking a peek because it looks like there might be some art. To the ones who try but can't see the stars, keep looking up. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Very haunting. And this cover, look at the cover. Look at the details of it. It's literally like a cage. So yeah, so this is the first book, and then I'm assuming Glint is the follow-up. Does it say this is book 2? I would literally have to look on Goodreads just to double check. But it definitely has a map in it. Yeah, so these are the rest of the books she got me. So that is the book haul. So we have Lisa Jackson, Born to Die, Raven Kennedy Guild, Raven Kennedy's Glint, Raven Kennedy's Gleam, and I'm assuming there is a couple more books in this series. But I'm glad, because I really needed more fantasies, and I really needed something that I probably wouldn't have necessarily saw on Book Talk or Bookstagram or BookTube, right? That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the June wrap up, and I hope you guys also enjoyed this book haul. The next video will definitely be a reading vlog. We are in the middle of reading Fearless, and we are in the middle of reading a book called Strictly Professional by Christina Jones, I think. I'm pretty sure that is the author. So a next video will be out very soon as I can get it up, guys. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.